So there's quite a difference between praising a child and encouraging. And in my Parent Magic book, I discuss this in depth, because although we are with the great intentions praising our children, sometimes it falls on deaf ears, whereas when we encourage them, their self-esteem really can blossom. So one big difference is that the underlying message when you praise a child is, I'm loved and noticed when I'm really good at something, when I'm performing. Whereas the underlying message of encouragement is, I'm noticed for my efforts. So this is a subtle thing, but it makes a very big difference to a child's self-esteem in the long run. Because when we praise a kid, we often exaggerate, and it's kind of unrealistic, and maybe we say it a few too many times. You're so amazing, you're brilliant, you're good. But when we encourage a child, we're actually needing to be specific about what we're seeing, what we're noticing, commenting on their effort. And so it's much more realistic. And then children actually believe us because it's so specific and it's realistic. General praise loses impact very quickly, but encouragement takes a bit of thought and a genuineness to it. So in Parent Magic, in this chapter on building self-esteem, I talk about the example of Tyson, who is a 7-year-old, and his mom keeps telling him he's a fantastic sportsman, and no matter what he's doing on the field, and then he comes off and says, "Oh, I'm useless. I didn't even score a goal." And mom doesn't know what to say and just tries to build him up with words like, "Nonsense. You're great. It just was a difficult match today." And Tyson then doesn't know, well, I don't feel I was good. Mom keeps saying I'm brilliant. And then in the better way, I give an example of our mom actually rather encourages Tyson. So instead of praising him, she looks really closely at how he's playing. And when he comes off the field, even though he didn't score a goal, she says, "Did you notice that you actually were in control of the ball 3 or 4 times more today than last week?" And that kind of specific, where you're really noticing what's going on, is much more encouraging to the general overall self-esteem. So that's just one example. Remember not to give up. It's not to say that praise is negative. It's just an encouragement, specific, genuine, realistic encouragement for efforts is that much more useful than general praise. And I hope that helps. Have a great week.